And on my playlist, I will share now this tamborero video that I think it's really cool. And I will pass to Mount Manu.
Gracias, Juanca. Intention. I have no distractions. I know what I gotta do with the hubspot presentation that I've been working on, and that's my intention, to let everyone know what I've been working on and what we can expect from HubSpot. And I'm eager to get to watch the repetition for the debate that turns out that was interesting. So, with that being said, I'll pass it to Septi.
Yeah, thanks, Manu. Yeah, my intention is just to hang out with you guys, get the recording. I'm very excited for this param debate we just had. It was so fun, and excited for. Actually, I'm very excited for the next call. Support wherever I can, and playlist. Nothing different. Still listening rap. Doesn't change. I'll pass it to Nate.
Yeah, I'm distracted by voting. My intentions are to catch up on comms, see what I can do in terms of developing HubSpot further, and that's about it. And my weekly playlist. I've actually been watching a show called Arcane. It's based off a video game, I think, and it's just really good animated series on Netflix. So, yeah, I'll pass it to Mount Manu.
I'll bounce it to Tam.
Intentions is just to see what's going on, see how I can help in any way. And then I would say distractions. I think I might need to leave half an hour early. I need to run and pick something up because I'm on a plane tomorrow and it's a present for somebody. So I need to get it before I get on the plane at 6 a.m. So that's my distraction, I would say. But if there's anything that I can, that I need, if there's anything you need me to think on, then let me know in the beginning. And my playlist is really fun. It's like all World Poker Tournament. Everyone is on YouTube. I have been watching so many. I love it. They're so good. So I like anytime I have any downtime at all, that goes right on. Even when I'm like doing something around the house, I just like hearing them talk. So that's my playlist. And I'll pass to John Jonas.
Thank you. So my intentions are to see what's going on today in this call. My distractions, I have to buy on these days all the Christmas presents for my family. And in my playlist, I've been listening to Javier Blake. And I'll pass it to Escanor.
Guys, so my intentions, well, I want to sing with you guys. Distractions, no distractions at all. And on my weekly playlist, well, there's nothing new there. So yeah, I'll pass it to Alon TV.
Hi, thanks. My intentions are to explore more in the community and learn more. And the recommendation on my playlist, Alma Dinamita from Was, I think. And that's it. And I pass it to Juanca.
I already went.
I can take it.
Sorry, I see laser.
My intentions are just to sing with you guys, and actually, so you can see the animation demo reel we made for you, so you can learn more about our team. And in music, I haven't listened the same, but I can recommend you a movie that I saw some days ago called The French Dispatch, and I really love it. So, and I'll pass it to Edgar.
Hi everyone. Well, my intentions today is to sing with you, see what's going on here in comms, and my distractions are the dates, like this Christmas thing with the family and that, and what's been in my playlist this week. I don't know the word in English, but it's villancicos, like um, songs about Christmas, and that. And I think I don't know who are
That's it.
narrate. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Edgar. I okay. As for me, intentions. I really looking forward to give updates from the first sync calls that we had yesterday with teams. Also get to present some new material to keep the community updated around everything that's happening here. Distractions. I have to catch a flight later on, so I'm actually gonna finish the call like 15 minutes earlier, because yeah, I still have to. I don't. Yeah, I'm very distracted. I'm also like considering voting, like where to put my last votes. And I also want to keep like up, like I'm gonna keep like switching the tab and updating, like to see how that vote is going. So yeah, I'm a little bit distracted today. And as for my weekly playlist, I I just like I stopped like listening to Spotify this week because I got some of my record player back. I still needed like some parts, but I finally got them. So I've been listening to a bunch of different records from my collection. So it's very variated, and I've also been watching the second season of the morning show. Um, yeah, I would recommend the morning show to everyone that hasn't seen it. It's a nice show. So okay, so my lungs are back, and I wanted to take just a couple of minutes to talk a little bit like openly about this. Um, because I just feel that it's gonna be useful for some of you out there. But it's so I had asthma when I was a kid, um, and I stopped having it like around like when I was like 13, 14 years old. And around that age, I there was like some like trauma around that age that I never really like addressed. Um, and I was in Mexico City back in 2017 when the big earthquake hit, and that kind of like triggered my asthma back, which was scary, and it always comes back like around these times, like around winter, like December, January, February, and I wanted to share these because it's a these are super scary times to be having like just respiratory diseases, and there's also like a lot of there's like an overload of information everywhere, and I was like super scared some weeks ago because this problem showed up. So as soon as I had like a first emergency, I had to step away for a couple of days from TEC, and I started with like the breathing mask, and like I started this treatment, but still like it was a very small progress. And the reason I wanted to share this is because the other day I had actually like a week ago, it was last Tuesday or Wednesday, I had kind of like therapy that like the approach that it had was to like take me back to some of these like traumatic events, and it was super tough, and I had done it before, and I wasn't as afraid of the regular treatment to I was afraid to like having to open up and like see yourself in the mirror sometimes is intimidating.
But I wanted to share this because I feel that since that therapy happened, I've been feeling much better. And these are like times where we hear a lot of stuff, and we have like an overdose of information everywhere. And I wanted to share this because I feel really good, and I feel proud of myself that I could like overcome this, because the winter is just starting, and I was like, no, there's no way I can be like like 2 more months like this and catching my breath during calls. And I wanted to open up a little bit about this, because there are many health issues that are reflected in our emotions, and sometimes our bodies are trying to like tell us something that is wrong. And most of the time you won't hear that this is the right approach to understanding like our own bodies. So I wanted to share this because these are crazy times, and we always have the opportunity of looking within ourselves to find the solution from the same place that it comes, like from the inside. So yeah, my lungs are back. Still, I don't think like I could go like out running, and I'm still like taking care of many stuff. But I wanted to share this because last week the call was a little bit like, and I was already like feeling better, but like it was a little bit scary. So I wanted to be open about this and share this with everyone in comms. And thank you for your support. Also, thank you for being an amazing community where you can always express these things and trying to give yourself time. So yeah, thanks. This is also something that I really love about our community. So yeah, thank you for this. Sorry, I rambled a little bit, and let's jump on to the exciting stuff. Some of the updates that we've been having in Teams. So as you know, yesterday we started with these syncs. Right now we have 5 teams. We have the T Academy team, we have the Twitter planning, animation and video production, translations, and HubSpot. So some of the T Academy updates that we had yesterday was mostly putting together like some kind of like study guide, like initial study guide to get first impressions of the Token Engineering Academy community, like some of their history, some of the history also behind the discipline field itself. So this is something that we put together. So first of all, like history around the University of Economics in Vienna is something that is gonna help Anna and Angela to start getting some of this. Also, Sherman's TED Talks, I feel that it's something so like amazing. Like it could bring down like super like complicated concepts and explain them so like fluently and easy. I feel that's a very unique talent that Sherman has. So we included this. Also, a link to the Token Economy book for them to check it out. The Token Engineering Commons Git book, of course, which pretty much like sums all of the efforts around these projects and aligns them with the values and well, pretty much our mission, vision, values, and the way we organize our work. Also, some information on Angela, who is the T Academy founder, her Medium and Twitter, and also the recent DAO Rewards assemblage that if someone here hasn't watched that, it's like 9 hours of just gold. It's amazing. Like and it's that kind of stuff that sometimes you find and not a lot of people are like putting the attention it deserves. So this was also something that we found useful to bring up with the T Academy team. So yeah, also we put together like this list of different platforms that are more like dependent on the T Academy, and probably that this is where the team is gonna end up contributing the most in these platforms. So those are some of the advances for the T Academy. This is the first sync that we have on Mondays. And yeah, pretty much like studying some of these topics was the intention for yesterday's call. Does anybody have some comments or input in maybe something that we're leaving out, especially the stewards that are in the call? Anything that you think the T Academy team can find useful? These ideas are welcome. Perfect. Okay, let's move on to the Twitter planning sync. But before, let's update this. Whoa. Okay. This, still exciting. Okay, so some of the Twitter planning that we did yesterday, it was mostly around promoting the Rock the Vote. And also yesterday we focused on promoting today's final debate. And yeah, this is as you know, like one of the most like established teams that we've been working on for a while now. So yeah, also this there are these. Let me just open the planning document. Okay, so this is pretty much what we put together for this week. Also, we hadn't really like mentioned the Gitcoin grants, so we are taking the time this week to do this. And yeah, mostly happy holidays and trying to get around some of the dates that we think are not going to be like that engaging. And we're also throwing these debate participation pop-ups. And there's like this idea that Zero has. Like I wish he was here to tell you more about it because it's interesting. We're about to hit 2.5K followers on Twitter. I still remember like the day that we hit like 1,000. So yeah, it's been like really good months looking back on this. So he wanted to get this activity to maybe like boost our followers a little bit before the comments upgrade, and he wants to make like this dynamic with a POAP for the people that have been part of the community. So I feel that's gonna be also interesting to keep something engaging happening while we go through these more busier days. Okay, and next one, animation and video production. I'm super excited about this one because we're sharing something today. We put together a demo reel. Well, not we, but the team actually. And I haven't seen them. I didn't have enough time to watch it. But we're going to be sharing this today. And just going really quick through the agenda topics that we had yesterday, we also put together like a list of some supporting material that could be useful, so that the team starts getting some of the ideas that they're going to be working on. And we're going to be starting with a reward system. So the rewards working group is going to need let's say like an orientation, like a quick tutorial video for quantifiers. So quantifiers would be able to watch this animated video, like a long or 2 minute long at the most. And this would be like a tool that can allow the necessary rotation and diversity to start getting what the quantifying process consists of, and yeah, just like be a useful educational tool. So we're mostly going to be studying some of these contents. And also, if anybody has like any ideas for adding to this studying list, please let us know. this is what I call like a super efficient team. Like yesterday, we talked about putting like a quick demo reel so that the community can get a better idea of the professional experience that this team has. And this is what we're going to be doing now. So let me change the screen to this video. Okay, here it is. And yeah, this is some of the experience that the team had. Yes, nice.
That was cool.
Maybe I'll pass it. I'll pass it to Asset Laser, Alan TV, and John Jonas, who are the animation team. And yeah, if you want to add something, the stage is yours.
Yeah, well, we were talking yesterday about doing a demo reel, so the community can know more about our projects, what we can do. Actually, because we have the reward system videos coming soon, so we want you to let you know what can we do. And I said to Alan and John to make a demo reel, and we use some of our clips of some different projects. Actually, the one that has a little ghost, we did it together some years ago, and it has clips from different projects we have made individual, and that's it. We did it short because I had not much time to do it, but I can send you links from the final videos and that stuff, and hope you have like it. And that's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Asset Laser, and yeah, congrats to the animation team. This is gonna look really good for the educational tools that we're gonna be needing in the next months. Alan TV, John Jonas, is there anything that you'd like to add before we move on?
Well, maybe just thank you for the opportunity, and hopefully you like what you saw. And that's it.
Thank you for you guys for sharing your talents.
Yeah, Chuy, I just wanted to say, like, thank you for this. And that demo is just a taste. We're gonna make a incredible job. So hope you like it. I'm super excited about this project, this community, and that's it.
Yes, our own animation unit. I'm really excited about this team. Okay, moving on to translations. Okay, bye, Tam. Moving on to translations. I really need some feedback from the stewards that are present in the call. Especially around the topic of quality control and the approach that we're trying to have here. Okay, so we definitely feel that, I mean, a bounty board is going to be very useful. But I don't think translations should be something that works through a bounty board. This is mainly because of quality control that we want to have. there is a minimum amount of cultural integration that we expect from translators, especially because the content from the TEC can sometimes be like highly like cultural and inclusive, and some other times it can be super technical, and also there can be like sometimes like a middle point for a topic that seems technical but it's really like social. So going back to the same like metrics that Softcop uses, we wanted to for translators to be part of the community in more ways. So while we set up these, let's say like I can remember the exact term that we used, but it was retroactive compensation or bonuses. We limited these to people that are going to be more people that have been more active in the community. So we set like an initial pre-production team that we're going to be giving bounties to for them to have a similar approach than the other teams, and be studying and be preparing and be integrating with the community. So this pre-production team is made out of the 4 contributors that we think have been closer to the community and that have a clear idea of where to like start. So Edgar, Nico, Ciro, and Escanor, we feel that they meet these, like, let's call them soft requirements. So some of the concerns that we have is how to overcome technical limitations during translations, cultural integration, as I mentioned, peer reviewing for quality control, and recognition among TEC stewards. I feel that this is important, at least in orientation. Like, translators, this is why I'm saying like these cannot be just like bounties. Translators would have to like at least go through orientation or participate in some level in other working groups. Nate, I see that you want to add something. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I just wanted to throw my thoughts about this because I do think it's really important, especially with translations, that, you know, I think it's really important to reach out to different speaking languages, and I think it's some like a place where we can grow gradually. But I think that the process for doing it is very, very important. You know, I think we have a good infrastructure for Spanish speaking within this community. That it's not a problem that we can have those translations and have that quality control. And really, that quality control is coming from different perspectives on the language itself. And so, understanding that, you know, certain translations don't bridge over to certain languages is very important, and having those eyeballs and the number of people who are looking at it and making sure that you have kind of this committee to evaluate the quality of those translations is very important. With that being said, I don't think that it is very responsible for us to go into a bunch of different languages right away. I think starting off with Spanish is very important, and to getting the process down, because, you know, if we go into French or whatever other language that we choose to go into, but we have maybe one person who can speak that language and engage with those community members, then it's not going to end very well. We're not going to keep those people engaged. We really need the infrastructure for different speaking languages, and that means getting people who are bilingual in those different areas committed to the TEC and making sure that you're growing that team. So I agree that it doesn't work very well with the bounty, that you have to have a core team around it. But I do think focusing on one language, documenting how you build up the infrastructure for how you translate different content that we have, and really following that process and making sure that once we have the Spanish language down, we understand the process, that we can then branch out into other languages. My biggest fear is just to say, you know, we have somebody with a Chinese translator to translate our content, and we have a bunch of Chinese speaking people come into the community, and we're not able to help them. So that is just, those are my thoughts around it, and I just want to make sure that those thoughts are conveyed.
Yes, agreed. Definitely. Thanks for bringing this up. one of the things that we were thinking about for having this approach is having 2 peers per translation job. So let's say that from our pre-production team, I mean, we're still not going to jump into actual doing translating. We'd rather integrate and in a way like being able to provide the necessary supporting material for this pre-production team to be to have more awareness about everything that needs to be done. I agree. Like Mandarin Chinese is one of our main targets, but we don't have a lot of Chinese speaking contributors in the community. However, I like, for example, let's say like this part, like Edgar and Nico are native Spanish speakers, and this can definitely be like peer reviewed by the community, right? So I like this idea. We also have some Portuguese speakers, not as much, not as many as Spanish speakers, but Escanor and someone else that speaks Portuguese, let's say T. Rossi was here in the call yesterday, and he expressed interest for translating to Portuguese. So I feel that it's under similar circumstances because some of the community stewards could also be providing like a reviewing for this Portuguese translations, but we definitely have some limitants with other approaches that we wanted to have. Like let's say Hindi is also in a similar place, but we right now don't have any Hindi speaking contributors in translation, so it might be a matter of looking for that talent. Arabic, I feel that it's also has its limitations because we don't have translators, and as far as I know, we probably have like 1 or 2 contributors that in the community that can help us with this peer reviewing. So yeah, this pre-production stage until we launch the Commons upgrade is mostly going to try to set the lay down the basis for having a better structure around everything and not just trying to like directly translate. I mean, the idea is that we already have Google Translate, right? If we wanted just something that explains itself in a minimum way, like we could always do that, but we really want to pay attention to the quality of this, especially because how important token engineering is for every culture. So yeah, these are some of the soft requirements that we thought of. At least 3 months in the TEC, someone with vast knowledge of crypto or Web3 world and development, translation or portfolio experience in any way, and domination of English language. So yeah, these were some of the things that we were thinking of. And the translation team member must deliver in time, deliver good quality translations, making sure the translated content makes sense for native speakers, and must join all the Monday syncs, and preferably this one too, so that they can have awareness of also at least what goes on around communications in the community. So yeah, like speaking about expectations, this is what we were thinking of. And last but not least, we have the HubSpot team. So I'm going to give the last 5 to 10 minutes of this call to Manu so that he can share some of the ideas for this team that is also going to be a huge support for us. So take it away, Manu.
Sure thing. Thank you, Chuy. I assume everyone's watching my screen right now. Let me know if you can't. Yeah, so this is the way I've been organizing the HubSpot team. I mean, it's HubSpot team. I just wanted to the team, and I raised my hand. So I'm the lead for it. Other members that have expressed interest are Durgadas, which has way more preparation in HubSpot, although I've been researching quite a bit. Nate, David, and Acid Laser. Acid Laser has not expressed interest in this, but since he's a graphic designer and it's likely that we're gonna hotspot, you can do a lot of things, and a lot of the branding assets that he's creating, they can be targeted for people, for an audience that through HubSpot. So I just added him there, and Chuy as being the steward overseer, the coordination overlord. Yeah, so basically, this is gonna be short and sweet because we're running out of time in a short comms call. But basically, what it is, it's for inbound marketing, right? Instead of putting content out there and interrupting people, it's actually content that people gravitate towards, right? So things that are useful for them, that they share with us their email, their contact information, because they've got something useful from the content that maybe we share through the forum posts or through Discord or on Twitter, etc. Right? And so, because we're gonna have a CRM, right? We have a list of contacts that we can, all the hatchers and the members and the users and the contributors that we have, we can import them, and we can attach properties to them, and that way we can target our audience better, and even more so, we can get different people assigned to different contacts. So I mean, I'm the one that is going to be devoting the most time to this, but if someone else comes along that says, hey, I want to devote 5 hours to this, we can say, hey, okay, you can take 20 of these people and make sure that they are taken care of in all manner of the marketing done to them, the drip campaigns, or whatever it is that we're getting out to these people, right? So we also have a tracking code that lets us monitor user behavior, sort of like cookies, and we also have search engine optimization. As we're reading through these, it'd be the action points that are later going to come about are going to be, okay, what of these things do we want to prioritize right now on these 2 weeks of December? Because we have a lot of things that we can do on HubSpot. So there's a saying in Spanish, el que mucho abarca poco aprieta, which is if you go through a large, if you want to squeeze a lot, you're not gonna get a lot of juice out of it. So
don't bite more than you can chew.
Exactly, don't bite more than you can chew. You got it, over here. So we definitely want to get on bite-sized pieces. So have that in mind as I go through these tasks over here. Okay, moving along, we also have email marketing, which allows us to do automated emails for workflows. And so drip campaigns, sort of like the emails that you get every once in a while. I do not like the ones that are sent every day, because everyone wants to do it every day and it just clogs everyone's emails. So I was thinking not doing it daily, but event centered, like, hey, we have a vote going on. Hey, we have a demo vote going on. We have a proposal. The common software is coming. We have a lot of things going on. Gravity happened and it finished. There are a lot of events that are centered around different working group initiatives. And so we can have emails surrounding that and addressing that. And we can also connect the email that it gets sent through the email domain, the email sending domain to HubSpot. And the banner creation is sort of like the graphic design part of it. We can do personalized emails depending on the recipient. We could do A/B testing. And then, okay, where do we put it up? Do we put it on a sponsored tweet? Do we do a Facebook ad? We haven't done those. Do we revive our LinkedIn account? Maybe, perhaps. I don't know. We're going to have media assets that are going to be created through HubSpot. We want to see on which platform do we put it through, right? So, and yeah, copywriting, obviously, for these different either pop-ups, templates, HubSpot forms that going about. That's something else that I'm going to do. And yeah, so the HubSpot forms allows us, obviously, to capture info about our community, surveys, orientation events, so that we can have a communication as a two-way street. We also have HubSpot Analytics, which allows us to compile stats around our contacts and the engagement that they're having. again, we have cookies tracking them, so we know their behavior, what's working on them, what is not. We can adapt accordingly. And we can also share these hotspot analytics with transparency, which they're already working on doing analytics. So shout out to Septi, which is vital, critical part of the TC. And last but not least, we are enabled to do templates through a drag and drop user interface. So we can turn these templates into websites so that we can expand the visibility that we have on the web and not just depend on the current pages that we have right now on the tcommons.org. So it gives us a little bit more leeway. And moving on, I mean, medium to long term, later on we can see these as an interim website for the Team DAO and for the Gravity DAO. Shout out to Juanca, who's in this call as well. And another thing that we can do is setting up a blog, right? About what? About token engineering as a social movement, which is an article that I've been working on with Mert. That's an idea. We can set up a blog about anything and everything that pertains to token engineering, which is a lot. And right now, the roles, which are very interim, are looking like I'm going to be spending about 10 hours a week, probably more. I don't know. It depends on what everything else one wants to be doing. Chuy, about maybe 3 hours, maybe less, of just stewarding and just bouncing off ideas with me and giving me the green light for some things that he always has a bird's eye view on the inside of how things are supposed to be done. And yeah, as a laser doing graphic design like he knows how to do. 3 hours. Also, shout out to the people from the animations and video production. If you want to be involved, let me know, and we can divide the graphic design work around other members as well. Durgadas, he has not committed to a certain amount of hours, so 1 hour, 2 hours. Nate, extremely busy, but very insightful member of our community as well, so definitely want to check in with him every once in a while, so I put him out for 1 hour. And David wants to, be sort of like a fly on the wall, be able to assist if he can, but then wants to commit. So that's what it's looking up right now. That's a very rough overview of what we can do. And I know that we're running out of time, so I'm just going to open it up to people for just comments, ideas, constructive criticism. And the two action points that we need to move this forward would be who's going to pay for it, because the annual, this has been something that has been coming about because the pricing is monthly, but it gets charged annually. So it's annually. So it's going to be, I mean, for the cheapest one, it's about 500 or something. And that's number one. And number two, what are these things? What are these tasks? Are we going to prioritize at first, let's say for the following 2 weeks? So those are the two things. I'm going to stop talking now. I'm going to open it up for people to contribute. And that was the HubSpot team presentation, Joe.
Yeah. mountmanu, I just want to praise you for championing this. I think what you've been doing is an amazing job. And you can put me down for around 3 to 4 hours at least for the HubSpot. I just want to be there to help educate. I am one of the super admins on the HubSpot. And so what I would like to see specifically is that the tasks that you set out there, the only way these CRMs work, especially in a decentralized settings, is if we have members of the community who are willing to commit themselves to executing on a single task and really just taking the time to meet with you. So like I would like to say, if you do want to commit to a task, like, hey, I want to do a newsletter every once in a while. Once every 2 weeks, maybe we'll have a newsletter, and maybe we'll have an event newsletter that we send out. And you'd be in charge of doing that. And I would like to work with that single person about how to access HubSpot, how to work with it, and then how to send it out and execute. And then you can be called upon at any time to do those types of things. When you have it open for anyone to use, I think it's a little bit more difficult to coordinate. So if you're interested in helping out with HubSpot, I would say talk with mountmanu and see if there's a task that you're really interested in doing, and then I'll get with Durgadas, and me and him are just going to go through each individual person and educate you on how to use it and how to execute. But yeah, I just want to say major praise to Mount Manu for doing this. It's really awesome.
No, thank you, Nate. And that is a great point. Right now, it's very rough overview of the hours that people are sort of looking around to contribute. But that is the way we're looking to organically evolve, right? People commit to, okay, I'm gonna do the email newsletter that goes out twice a week. Okay, that's your responsibility. And we check with the stewards, we check with Chuy, we check with Nate, we check with Durgadas sometimes about polishing and improvements, and we set up, and it's automated as much as we can, and people know what we need to do, sort of like how we've been doing on Twitter. But yeah, that's a great point, and yes, that is something that we will be refining, Nate, and yeah, Chuy, if there's anything else, I know that we're running short on time, so.
Yep. Well, I echo Nate. Thanks for taking this on. We've been trying to make it work for a while now, so it's exciting that that you took the lead on this. Thank you very, very much, Manu. The only thing that I wanted to add is just yesterday it turned out to be. I mean, there was no HubSpot sync. I didn't really like chase it because we still didn't have this presentation establishing how we're gonna work. But I would like to maybe make a proposal on changing it to Tuesdays mornings because I think I bit more than I could chew. I mean, my first meeting starts like at 10 a.m. and then I go straight. And if the HubSpot meeting would happen also on Mondays, it would be like meetings from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. with no break. So I would really like to dedicate this the amount of time that it deserves and also the energy. I wouldn't like to reach this call exhausted. So I'll ping you guys to see if we could move it to Tuesday morning. And this way we can sync with 4 teams on Monday and then 1 team on Tuesday and then present updates in the communications call. So
could I make a suggestion? Since the communications call is centered around more of the larger community, just having the smaller teams within the communications team to meet up whenever they feel like they need to meet up in order to get the work done, and then have a single meeting that's kind of like a community call for the teams, that where you can just update everybody that doesn't interfere with the general community call. I just think that would be a lot more efficient in terms of just just not having so many meetings that you have to attend all the time. But I'm just throwing that out there.
Okay, yeah, let's throw some ideas for the translations. I mean, for the HubSpot team. This is also the team that has the most members involved in a more full-time format in TEC. So yeah, whatever fits the best. In particular, I feel that the other teams could use some guidance, at least in the first months. But yeah, this could be a more independent team in that sense. So okay, I gotta go to the airport. But thanks everybody for being here. We're gonna finish 5 minutes early. And as soon as I check in all of the baggage and everything, I'll be joining the SubGov and Gravity calls later. So hope to see you there. And thanks everyone for being here today. I'll see you later in the week.